everybody, this is Melina from ScrapbookingwithME.com and Me Crafty Scrapper here on YouTube and Instagram. Today I am showing you the Cocoa Daisy scrapbooking kit. They don't always guarantee that they have a big 12 by 12 scrapbooking kit every month. It's just if they have things left over. And we are going to make, even though this is the 12 by 12 scrapbooking kit, so it's a big kit, we're going to make a little mini November gratitude journal. And it's just going to be big enough for you to write a few lines about that day or a quote for the day or something like that. So no big pictures, anything like that. It's going to be little bitty and it's going to be a nice little flip book, and I'm excited to share it with you. So I'm not going to go through everything in this because you're going to see it throughout the video. Now, I have got, this is actually the October one. I didn't get the November one because what is in the November one has a lot of the same things that I have gotten in my Traveler's Notebook memory keeping one for November. So I just decided not to get the November one, but I did get the November, what is it called? The Classified Scrapbooking Add-on Kit. So I did get that one, and I should have that one in a couple of days. And then it's got these fun little alphas. I love those. It's got some vellum, which that's bats. I probably won't use that. I might give that away to someone. But then this little acetate sheet has an owl on it. Mother will love that. Not. She hates owls. She doesn't hate the animal. She just hates how they look. So all kinds of little die cuts, that little leaf notepad that's watercolor. I love that. And then 2 little washi tapes. I love these library cards that come in it. And then we've got these papers. And this is going to make a beautiful little mini album. Love, love, love this paper. Look at all that. How pretty. Okay, same one. Okay, and then it starts over again. So, our little mini album is going to be 3 inches by 3 inches. But it's going to have a little 1/2 inch spine out to the side that's going to be easy peasy to put together. I also have my Bible journaling stickers from the same collection, and some of my Traveler's Notebook memory keeping kit in here. I've used some of it, but I do have this off to the side and ready to use if I need it. I'm going to start with a piece that's not in either kit, and this is just a piece of vellum. That's going to be the very beginning of my album. Okay, I'm going to put my sheets off to the side here somewhere. And then I may use the acetate in there. I may not. We'll just see where I get to. I'm going to put all of this up here so I can get to it really easily. All right, now this is just going to be sheets and sheets and sheets. So we're not folding these. This is just going to be sheets stacked on top of sheets. All right, so I want to make each of these sheets 3.5 by 3.5. Okay, so I'm going to cut my vellum 3.5 by 3.5. See here, let's get that on up there and good there. Okay, and then I will cut a piece for maybe the inside if I want to add another one. So that's another 3.5 by 3.5. Maybe I'll use that later too. All right, I definitely want to use this leaf paper and this heart paper here. So I'm going to get my big trimmer, since these are 12 by 12 sheets. And I'm going to cut off the little branding strip. And then I'm going to cut a strip of 3.5. And then put the bigger piece off to the side. And then do another 3.5. And another 3.5. Okay, you see what we're doing here? Okay, so I'm going to cut some more pages. That one strip out of the 12 by 12 gives me 3 sheets, and of course they're double-sided, so I can use them either way. So I'm going to cut the rest. I'm going to give myself enough that I have the 30 days of November. Let me pull that up here. Okay, calendar. There are 30 days in November, so I want 15 pages so I can do them front and back and have a day for each day in November. Okay, so I'm going to go through here. Let's see, I think I want to do it this way and do 3.5, and then cut me some more strips here at 3.5. So I'm going to go through, get me enough pages to have a page per day for November, and I'll be right back to show you what all I've got. Alright, so I've got all of my pieces cut. Let's go through them. I've got my vellum sheet here, and then I want this little branch piece to be right behind the vellum, and then it's got some watercolor and some splotches behind that. So I won't be adding any thing to this except maybe a little die cut or something, but I won't be writing on this one because it's going to be my cover. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Okay, so that makes up all of our days in November, and then I've got this at the back. It won't need anything else put on it. And then we're going to get our scoring tool out. We are going to score all of these on the 1/2 inch mark. So you get all of your pages the way you want them, lined up the way you want them, in order the way you want them. And then you're going to score everything on the 1/2 inch mark. So find your 1/2 inch, okay, and you've got it scored. And then go to the next one and score on the 1/2 inch again. And then to help me keep them in order, I'm just leaning them that way and laying them on their backs. So let's see. Yep, the writing's going up and down that way. So I'm going to do my 1/2 inch there. And I like that. So we're good there. 1/2 inch on every one of these. Now you have to do the hearts this way because that's the way they're up and down, unless you like putting things backwards. Let's see, do I want it like that, or, ooh, I like that with that on the bottom, and then we could put our piece here. So I like it like that. So let's do our 1/2 line there, and then flip it over. Just going down here and doing all of them just the way I want them. I know that I had showed y'all the November Gratitude journal kit that we are debuting. Let's see how I want this one. The wording is that upside down that way? Yep. So I showed y'all the November Gratitude journal kit that we're debuting this year a couple of videos back, and I know that some of you are not into journaling a whole lot, the whole page, things like that. So I thought, okay, I'm going to give everybody that's not into that bullet style of journaling a whole page, I'm going to give them something, little inspiration, little idea too. So I thought this would help you all that don't like to do lots and lots of journaling. So this will be just like for 1 or 2 sentences, or you could just make it a gratitude quote journal. That would be cute. Okay, and you will hear things in the background. I am home, it's in the evening, I'm trying to get videos done and scheduled out, so I'm not forcing my family to be in a quarantine of such and stay quiet. It is their house and they can make noise if they want to. I've just asked them, please don't, you know, make whole heaps of noises. So if you hear someone talking or giggling or closing a door to go get something, that's my family. All right, what we are going to do is, I think it will be easier to go ahead and do this now than to wait. I'm going to round all of my outside corners. I'm going to leave these straight, but I'm going to round all of these. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back, because y'all know how to round corners, and if you want to do this, you can. If you don't, you're just going to go right to the next step anyway. So don't worry about watching the whole thing if you're not going to round your corners. And look here, I'm already messing up something. It's not wanting to cut my vellum. There we go. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing and just go in order, round my edges, and then flip it over. And I will be right back. There are all of my edges with the corners chomped, and now I will ink all of my edges front and back. So this will be what takes the longest, and then I'll show you how we're going to bind it together, and then we are going to put some tea stained and coffee stained papers on these pages so that we can write or add quotes to them, but we're going to give ourselves enough little space to journal however we want to do that journaling. We're going to give ourselves some space to do that, but I'm going to go around all of my edges front and back, and like I said, this will be the thing that takes the longest. So sit back, watch a TV show or something while you're inking all the edges, while you pause this video. And then come back to me when you have all of your edges inked, or if you don't want to ink your edges, then you will be ready for the next step. I have all of my edges inked, and now I have some tea stained paper, and this is just copy paper. And I'm going to cut it down to use on each of the pages. So I'm going to do, let's see here. Let's do about say 2.5. I'd say there. Let's see. 2.5 is going to put us about, yay. Yep, that works. 2.5 by 3. Let's try it. 2.5 by 3. No, I did not make one of these beforehand. I'm just off the fly, cuff, whatever. 3 inches by 2.5 inches. And let's see how that looks on it. Oh, I love that, because see, right here is our spine. So that's going to be bound right there. So yes, that goes right along with that, and it looks fine, and I like the straight edges on that for whatever reason. So I'm going to leave that like that. I'm going to cut enough to add to all of my little pages and then glue that on. So just 2.5 by 3 inch pieces of tea stain, coffee dyed, whatever paper you want to use. On the inside, you can just use regular copy paper if you want to. So whatever you want to use, go ahead and cut all of them 3 inches by 2.5 inches. My watch is driving me crazy. It keeps showing me all this stuff, and I've got stuff to do. I ain't got time for you, watch. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to cut it 3 that way, and that gives me the exact size. So yeah, we're going to get quite a few of these out of one sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper. So go ahead and get all of these cut down, and I will see you in just a minute. I've got my pieces cut, and I have decided to go ahead and ink all of those edges. Now I don't have to ink them front and back, just the fronts, and then I will glue each one of them down. And I did go ahead and ink my folds here. Oh, look at my nasty hands. It's all inky. Sorry about that. I did go ahead and ink my folds so that I can see that for when I go to glue them down. I won't have to get right up on top of them with my horrible eyes. And I'm just going to ink the edges of these, just not too much, because we're going to be writing on them, and I don't want it to be too prominent, but just enough. See, that gives it just enough character to make it pretty. So each one of them will be like that, and then for this fold, I'm just folding it over like this. This is why my fingers are getting inky. Folding it over both ways and inking that fold. Okay, and then I'm just going to go through and ink these and attach them on to the center of each one of my little mini pages, like so, after I ink them. And then I'm just going to glue them on. All of them are inked, and all have their little tea-stained page on them. And then I'm going to go through, I saw a couple that had some glue on it, so I don't want anything sticking together, so I'm taking that off. Then I'm going to get my Stays On ink. Now I don't have brown, I've got black, and I'm fine with that. I'm going to use a leaf stamp. This is an old Felicity Jane stamp set, no longer available that I know of, but it is a leaf stamp. I think it was from 2 years ago probably. And I'm going to do a little bit of stamping on the vellum. And I have found that Stays On ink is pretty much the only ink I can use that will actually stay as far as the vellum goes. And so I'm using that. I'm going to stamp this little leaf stamp about there. And the thing about Stays On is once you put it on there, get it to your surface rather quickly because it will dry real quick. So I'm going to find my other piece of vellum, wherever it is. There it is. And I'm going to do this leaf stamp and one of the others on this page. And then I'll probably go through on a few of the actual pages and do a little bit of this stamping too. I'm thinking, let's see, that's going to go there. Yep, I think I want to stamp that grateful right there. So let's get that good and covered. Oh yeah, I like that. And I like that it's not all there. I like its randomness. That's cute. I like that. We'll add some more decoration too. Let me get these stamps off to the side now. I'm going to start with this one, not the vellum. I'm going to get my crocodile. I'm going to punch the smaller hole. I'm going to get my Sharpie. And we've got 3.5 tall. So I'm going to put holes at 2.5 maybe. Let's look here. 2.5 and at 1. Because 1.75 is my center. And then that would get my holes at the opposite of the center for right and for left. I'm going to move my little guide here up and let's see how far in we need to go. So I'm going to move it on up some more. Up maybe about there. Let's see about that one. See if that's far enough. Yep, because that one's a little too far in. So I'm going to hold my piece. And then the rest of them won't have any black dots. So maybe you might want to put your marks on one of the interior ones and not the very first one. And then I'm going to go through and line up all of these and punch holes. And then go to the next one, punch my holes. All right, just like that. And then I'm just going to keep on going. And then I will come back and we'll punch the vellum pieces. Now I have hemp twine, just some really thin hemp twine, and I am going to attach all of these together with the twine. And I think I might have gotten a little off on some of my hole punching here, so I'm going to put this through the bottom. I've got myself plenty of hemp twine so that I'll have enough to tie a bow when we get to the top, and we can cut off any excess. So I'm going to pull this equal on both sides. Okay, and then I'm going to line up the next one, and we're not just going to leave these loose. We're going to glue some in between each, just to make sure that our spines stay together. All right, and I'm just going to put just a little bit, just a dot of glue in between these, just a tiny little dot, just to keep these all together. And yes, it's going to Pac-Man out. I love Pac-Man mouth on journals. Some people do not. It's totally up to you which one you want. If you don't want to glue it and let it be kind of loose and not tie it too tight when you're tying your spine, go for it. Whatever you want to do, but this is the way I am going to do mine. Just going to put that little bit of glue in the middles just to make sure that we stay lined up. I've let this dry, and maybe for a couple of hours. I went and done some other things and let this dry, and I put a binder clip on there too. I was just putting that on there to see how I would like to decorate that front vellum cover. So I put my binder clip there, and that is where we glued in the middle of our holes. So I'm going to take that off. We're good and secure down through there, really good and secure. And so when you flip through this, you're flipping the pages like so, and your spine stays in place. Okay? So I had cut quite a bit of twine to go through all the holes, and of course I don't need all of this, but I wanted to make sure that I had plenty so that I could tie my bow. And I'm going to tie my bow so that the bow part is here and the tails come out this way. You can tie yours however. You can just do a double knot and tie it off and not worry about it. But just pull as tightly as possible. And then if you need to, get a friend or a spouse or a child to hold that knot for you. And then come around and do your second knot on top of that. We're just holding it down really good. I'm gonna try to get this. There we go. Nice and tight. And then tie our bow. Go around the top. I like going around the top better than coming under the bottom. The bow usually just works out better for me that way. And then pull. I like that, looks good. And I'm going to leave my tails long for right now. After I sit and decorate on this front and all that, I want to make sure that everything is still secure on that spine before I cut my tails any shorter. And if I need to tighten that up or double knot the bow, I can. Alright, so I found this little piece of lace, and I want it to go here right at the spine, so when you're opening up this piece of vellum, it's going to go right at that fold line, you know. So I want to put it there, and then I've got some other little things I want to put back there too, but I'm going to use some Fabrifix and just kind of decorate up this little vellum cover some. And let's see, I think I will just put my Fabrifix right along, so not on top of our spine fold, but right in front of it, like that. And then put my piece of lace down. And I put quite a bit of Fabrifix down just because I want it to stay really well. I'm going to line that up, and it is a little longer than the actual cover itself. I want that. I want it to hang off of the top and bottom. So I'm leaving it like that, and then I'm going to move it over and just make sure it's lined up the way I want it. And then I'm going to tap, tap, tap into that lace just to get that extra Fabrifix off that's oozing through, and just kind of line that up straight and then hang off how I want it, top and bottom. Now the vellum will pucker some, that's to be expected. It's vellum. It's a very delicate kind of material, so it is going to buckle some. And then these little die cuts, I went ahead and took out some of the smaller die cuts that are in the pack of that scrapbooking kit. And these actually have the little adhesive already on them. I'm still going to add some adhesive, but when things are kiss cut, I think that's what this is called. When it's kiss cut, it's the exact same size. The backing is the exact same size as everything else. That's a little hard. Now these little circles I just punched out with my 5/8 inch circle punch. And I think the one circle I'm going to put right here because, as you can tell, the Fabrifix kind of blurred out my leaf stem right there. So I think I will get my walnut stain ink, do a little inking around this little circle. I didn't turn my phone to vibrate. And then add this, but not go over my spine line there, because I want this to freely open up and close. That worked well, didn't it? It'll eventually, yeah, it'll eventually stay. It's just because it's on top of that lace too. And in my Traveler's Notebook kit, it had these beautiful matte enamel dots. And I think we need a few on this front cover. That's pretty, I like that. Okay, and now I think, let's tighten this bow up just a little bit. And then pull down on our loops. That's the word I was looking for earlier, loops. Okay, a little bit more on this one. And then I think I'm happy with those loops, so let's go ahead and cut off our tails. I'm not going to cut them off too short because when I do that, mine tend to look like spiders, spider legs. So I don't want to do that, but I do want them to be even. There we go. All right, so there is our little security for the spine, more decoration than anything because they are all together in the middle right there and they're not going anywhere, but that gives us a little bit more security. And then our front cover is decorated. Okay, and on this page I just want to add this little die cut and then a tab that I've made, and I'm going to show you how I got my tab a little smaller. I used the We Are Memory Keepers tab punch, but then I re-punched it. I'm going to bring this up to my eyeball so I can see how to get this backing off. That is the bane of my existence. But the true size of the We Are Memory Keepers tab shape is too big for this mini album. So I have trimmed it down some. I want to ink the edges of this die cut some. And then dirty it up a little bit. Then I will put it here. I want, whenever I close this, I don't want the leaves, these leaves being too close to the point of this one. So I'm scooting them over pretty good. Yep, I like that. And then for the little tab, I'm going to have that about there. So we'll have a little tab sticking out from the top of our book. And here is my little mini tab, and I'll show you how I accomplished that. I've shown this one other time in a video, but if you didn't see it there, then you haven't seen me do it yet. Okay, inked edges of that. Figure out which side I want showing. So I'm going to add some adhesive to the insides there. And then get that added on here. And try to even that up and then turn it over to this side. If we can get it even on this side, it will probably be even on the other side. So that one's right up against the paper there. So that looks nice. And we could add some wording there if we wanted to, maybe a die cut or a sticker or something is small enough that we could add some wording to that too. So there is the beginnings of our little album. I love it already. Okay, and then on the other pages, oh, I'll show you on the tab. Okay, so you fold over your piece of cardstock, paper, whatever, and you slide it open end way down if you have this particular tab punch, and give yourself some space at the top there, and then punch. All right, so there you have your double-sided tab, okay? But for little mini projects, you need smaller tabs. So open end is still down. You slide it down in the punch, and sometimes that's a little easier said than done. And then for me, measurement-wise, I'm holding the piece just as far in as I can, and I just barely have a little bit to hang on to. And I'm just lining it up the same way. And then I punch that out, and I have this little bitty piece left. But then there is my little mini punched tab. So see, we're going right along the same lines. Maybe a tiny bit smaller than that one, but not much. So this one, I want to add maybe to our back. I don't know, maybe I might add it to the one right before the back one, so it's not on the back and the back's nice and clean. Yeah, I like that. And then just add it that way, so you've got a tab, kind of like file folders. I like that. I might have to add one more just right in the middle somewhere. So let's get some more paper here. I think maybe the back side of the hearts. Those leaves are pretty. Let's try that one. Okay, put it down in my tab punch. And I am leaving space. Ooh, sometimes it's cantankerous. Okay, there's that one. And then I need to make it smaller. So slide it into my tab punch all the way until I can't hold on to it anymore. Just barely got a little grip on it. And then there is my third one. I like those leaves on that one. That's pretty. And see, if I did it this way, the hearts would be the right way one way, but they would be upside down that way. So I'm going to use it on the leaf side and ink these. All right, and you saw me add this first tab. I'm going to go ahead and add this other tab after I ink it and add the third tab. And then we're going to go through on all the pages and add our little decorations. And we are going to add our day numbers. So in this kit that I'm working with, it has the days all the way through 31 because this was an October kit. But look at all these little stickers, these little images. These are so cute. So I'm going to add these to the corners of the little pages and add my numbers to each page and my tabs. And then I will also probably add some washi on a few of the pages. And then I'm thinking that I want to add a couple of pieces of lace sticking out from some places. So I have 3 circles, little 5/8 inch circles punched. And I'm thinking what I will do is maybe ink the edges, add the circle, and then just cut my lace tiny. So, you know, not a huge hangout of lace, but a little bit, and kind of library knot, fan it out like this, and have the lace back behind the circle, and this would be inked, and have this here and adhere all of that down, if I can get it to cooperate with me. And then see, when you close it, you see the little lace tails sticking out. I love that. So I'm going to do that in a few places, put on my tabs. I'm going to put on a few of the stickers, and then I'll bring you back and show you where I'm putting the numbers for each day, and then finish up decorating, and I'll give you a final flip through. So I got out the stamp set from the Traveler's Notebook memory keeping kit that I already had, and I used that little leaf stamp on a few of the pages. And now I'm going to go through and put all of my numbers on my pages, and we'll see the progress I have made as far as decorating. I'm putting the numbers in areas where, you know, I'll be able to see them well, but they can also blend in a little bit if I want them to. No particular place at all, but I am going to use my tweezers, since these are such tiny stickers, to help me position it straight. Okay, and then there was 1 and 2, and I'll show you. I put Trust in the Journey. I have decided I'm going to use this little mini as a inspirational quote, maybe scripture journal. So that's how I'm going to use mine. So Trust in the Journey, grateful is on that first page, and then I want what God wants for me. And yes, it is not straight. I am good with that. This is not perfection. If I strive for perfection, I'll never make videos, because none of my stuff is perfect. So day 1, day 2, day 3, I think I will put here. And then 4. the top of 4, I have one of those little circles with the lace and then a sticker. And no, I did not go through and ink every sticker or die cut that I added to pages. It was just going to take entirely too long. And maybe when I'm going through and putting in my journaling and stuff, or quotes or whatever, I might dirty them up a little bit maybe when I go through there, but I'm just not going to do anything to them right now. I just like going through and sticking everything on. So day 3 and 4. Okay, and then day 5 and 6. I think I'm going to put 5 right here on top of that leaf. And then day 6, we'll go here at the top. Love my little tweezers for holding those tiny stickers. Okay, there's day 5 and 6. 7 and 8. This one has a sticker on it that says, do everything in love. And I stamped the little leaf there. And I think I might just keep it all together on this one side and cluster it up. So there's 7 and then 8. I think I will put in this corner here and separate those two. So have a cluster on one side and separation on the other side. Love that. These little inspirational stickers come from my Bible journaling kit from Cocoa Daisy. All right, day 9 and 10. And 9 is wanting to be a little bit stubborn to come off. There we go. Let's see. I think I want to do that in the corner here. And you don't need a kit to make one of these little beauties. If you've got a number stamp, you could do your numbers stamped on each page instead of stickers like I'm doing here. You can make this kind of journal out of scraps since it's so tiny. Because, I mean, it's 3.5 by 3.5. We have lots of scraps in our piles and stashes. So we have plenty of scrap to make a 3.5 by 3.5 album. Okay, so there's day 9 and 10. Little washi added there. There's my other little middle tab there. I love that. 9 and 10. All right, 11 and 12. So let's see. Let's do 11 down here in the corner. And then 12, I think I want to put on my tab at the top. Let's just see how it looks though. Or close to my tab at the top. Yep, that'll work. Okay, so 11 and 12. Bless This Mess is on the back of that tab. Be Kind was on the front of it. So Bless This Mess on the back. And then some more stamping with that Cocoa Daisy stamp that was in the Traveler's Notebook kit. Day 13 and 14. I think I will put 13 in the middle right there. And then 14, I want down below this leaf sticker. There. So day 13 and 14. All right, 15 and 16. I love the little squirrel stamp. I think I will put my 15 right there by that other sticker, and then I'll put 16 on top of the dot that I used to cover up my lace part. Okay, so 15 and 16, and that's the page that has the lace shooting out this way instead of up. And I like how that contrasts. I like how that looks there. And then 17 and 18. I'll have to remind myself when I get to the very end not to use 31 because this is October days, not November days. Okay, 17. I think I'll put it in the opposite corner. And 18. Let's see. Yeah, let's just do opposite on these two pages. So 17 and 18. Plenty of room for journaling. All right, we've got 19, and then we have a space because we have another piece of vellum there. So 19, I think I'll put up top, but not in the corner. So 19, go across past the vellum, and 20 I will add to my little dot that is holding that lace in place. 19 and 20. So I'll have a fox on that side and an owl on that side. Pretty. All right, 21 and 22. I think I want to put my 21 at the bottom of the stems of both of these stickers, and that will give me a little cluster over here. 21, and then 22. I think I'll put it at the top, but just not in the corner. When you're doing things like this, just make the decision and go, because if you think about it too long, you won't even get it made. You won't get it finished. So just keep on going with it. So 21 and 22, and then 23 and 24. And I'm looking to see what day that Thanksgiving fall. Let's see what date. I know it's on a Thursday. Thanksgiving is on the 25th. Okay, so the next page after these. Let's put 23 here at the bottom of that leaf stem. And see if I can't get that a little straighter than it is. That's fine. All right, and then 24. I think under this little leaf here. All right, and then Thanksgiving Day, 25. I think I'll just put the 25 at the bottom of this stem, and then try to straighten that up just a little bit. I mean, I'm not a perfectionist, but we can get it straighter than that. Okay. And then I think since that is actually Thanksgiving, I am going to put something about thankful, and the best thankfulness that I know of is thanking God for everything. So I'll add thank you God to that page. Yes, lovely. 25 and 26. I think I'll add 26 to the edge of my tab that's at the top there. All right, and 27 and 28. think I'll go to the corner on this one. And 28. I've got Amen on that tab, and then I Am Forgiven. So Amen shows, and then I Am Forgiven is at the bottom, so it doesn't show over the book, but you see it whenever you open it up. So I went in the center with that one, center with that sticker on 28. So 27 and 28 done. And then 29 and 30 there. And the last day of November, the 30th. And I think I will go here for that one. All right. So let's look through our little mini book. We've got our vellum cover, the first front cover, and then I should say the second front cover, because our vellum is our first front cover, then our little second front cover, and then day 1 and 2, day 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, piece of vellum, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. And then our back cover. I love how the twine looks on the back cover. I love all the little peeking out on the top and side. And you could even add some beading to your twine on the spine if you want it. Twine on the spine if you wanted to. I love how this little mini turned out. It stands up so well. You can use it after you fill it up. You could put it out on display. That's what I'm planning on doing, is using this as home decor each fall. So I'll put this with my fall items, you know, decorations, home decor stuff, and then take it out each fall. And then I will, of course, date this somewhere. Probably put 2020 on the spine, or down here, I mean 2021. Gracious, I'm not even in the right year, y'all. Probably put 2021 on the spine or here at the bottom somewhere. But I really like how this turned out. You can hold it by the spine and see how it fans out. Very cute. This little mini turned out beautifully. I love this little mini junk journal, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'll give you a few still shots at the end to get you up close and personal. I thank you so much for watching, and I thank you for watching all the way through and to the end. That helps me so much with the YouTube algorithms and getting me, you know, a few more views, getting my video shown to other people and previewed to other people. So I appreciate that so much. Y'all have a great day. I will see you in the next video. I am looking forward to filling this little baby up. Y'all have a great day. God bless. Bye, y'all.